Today we're going to talk about a Banana Republic fragrance. Sorry to tell you, hey, listen, they always have stuff that intrigues me. And until I run through my whole list of intriguing titles, I'm going to continue to find little deals that I can scoop up. And when I find them, I'm going to be excited to bring them to you guys. Can you guess which fragrance it is, though? Stop looking at that title. We'll be right back. All right. I am your host for the evening. Welcome to the Scent Bubble, where we talk about my journey through fragrance, as well as provide you guys with all the good stuff. You know, the quick list that you're looking for to determine if you should buy the fragrance or not, whether you should upgrade or not, whether there are available alternatives, different resources that you guys should be making use of in your fragrance journey. And also providing a little bit of entertainment. As you guys have seen, we just recently dropped the Wheel of Fragrance episode with my boy BT Sense, and that has been just phenomenal. We're going to have a lot more guests coming on very soon. Also have my boy Trey Fragrances on as well. Anyways, make sure you go check that out, because I don't think anybody in the fragrance game is doing Wheel of Fragrance. Many people will copy my idea, but remember where it came from. So, without further ado, from the House of Banana Republic, I'm not going to do any story time today. Let's just get right into it. This is Banana Republic Modern Man for Men. I have seen this fragrance inside of Ross here and there, and I always thought this was a much older fragrance. Matter of fact, let me see when it came out. It came out in 2014, so it's a fairly old fragrance, but not, caveman old. But I think it's older to the line. I'm not sure. But I was skeptical about it. I'm going to be honest. And I think the only reason I was skeptical about it was because, it's not like a lot of the other Banana Republic fragrances. Pomegranate, amber and cherry, tobacco and tonka bean, vetiver, linen, pure 90 pure white. Those are titles that can suggest things that make you kind of have suspicion and wonder if you want to get the fragrance or not. But when you just see the fragrance name Modern, you just don't know what to expect. So it doesn't really provide enough boost for you to buy it. But I found the 30 ml for like $10. So I said, what the heck? And I am so glad that I did. Let me tell you guys initial thoughts on the fragrance. I'm going to hit it a couple times since it's Banana Republic. You never know what you're going to get in terms of longevity. Modern Man, I'm assuming fresh fragrance. That was my initial thoughts. And this is one of those fragrances that is... It's got a bit of... Let me bend this test strip and hit it again. I wonder... I want to make sure I hit it with the juice because it's a little light. This has a bit of... It's a very fresh fragrance, very light fragrance. Modern, I don't think so. I think it's old school trying to be modern. Let me hit skin just a touch with this. We'll touch on that later. Okay, so this fragrance is interesting. It's very simple, but as you guys know, in many cases, I like simple. I live in Arizona. It's very hot. Sometimes I don't like crazy complexity with a fragrance. I like a fragrance I don't have to think about. The less layers it has, and I'm still attracted to the fragrance. With less layers, it means it's easier to think about as far as whether you want to grab and go. Usually means more versatile as well. So this is what we're working with here. We've got a fresh fragrance. It's somewhat green. It's somewhat citric. It's aromatic. It kind of has some little whiffs of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, but it's nowhere near how pungent that is. It's a lot lighter, fresher. It's got an aquatic note. It's slightly woody. It's fresh. Let's go ahead and just skip the skip the nonsense and get to the brass tacks here. Top notes, we have water, grapefruit, juniper, seaweed. Very interesting there. I mean, water and grapefruit is pretty common. Normally people throw juniper in the heart, but whatever. In the middle, we have cyclamen. I want to go ahead and look into that note. What is it? Synthetic note replicating refined, light, clean, mysterious scent of cyclamen flowers. Okay, so it's light and clean, but we don't really know the flavor of it. And then tamarind is a bittersweet gourmand spice. I don't think I get too much tamarind in this fragrance. However, I have not smelled tamarind individually, so I'm not going to really speak to that. It does have a touch of like floral cleanliness. It is a very clean scent. I do get grapefruit and water up top, as well as juniper a little bit. Seaweed, not so much. In the base, we have our usual suspects, but here's where this is what I like about what Banana Republic did. They took the base, vetiver, okay, so that complexity, musk, okay, standard, incense, birch, and patchouli. So the unusual suspects are obviously incense and birch. Vetiver is something where it complicates the fragrance if you put it in the base, so it gives it a little bit of layering. So I think this fragrance is dominantly water notes, grapefruit, touch of juniper, with a strong base of vetiver, musk. I do get birch, and I do get some very light incense in the 5 to 10% range. This is a very, let's get out of the note breakdown for a second. This fragrance smells like the fragrance where when you're in a really upscale mall and you go into, this smells like when you were a kid, when you would go to a nice mall and you remember the Abercrombie & Fitch store, and you remember it because of how much cologne they doused that building with. It's almost like they sprayed the walls with cologne. Abercrombie & Fitch was one of the only stores in the mall where when you walked by it, you could smell the inside from the outside. Just Cologne City. I remember it being somewhat appealing, like it was like a cool and hip thing when I was in high school to walk by an Abercrombie & Fitch, because you knew everybody was wearing Aeropostale and Abercrombie & Fitch, at least most of the white people. I didn't see many black people rocking Abercrombie & Fitch, but you wanted to. I remember, at my age, I was rocking a lot of different stuff, and what appealed to me about Abercrombie & Fitch was just the vibe. The vibe was like, this is where all the cool people go. This is where all the hot chicks go. And you could kind of smell it from the outside, that kind of green, woody, slightly spicy, alluring, ambery richness. And there were many times I'd walk into an Abercrombie & Fitch and just walk around just to be around that vibe. This has somewhat of that essence in it, but it's lighter, fresher, waterier, and more grapefruitier. After the dry down, it really goes down to basically grapefruit and woods. You kind of lose some of the incense, some of the vetiver, some of the juniper, some of the floral, and you're kind of just left with kind of this grapefruit watery birch, which isn't bad, but this is definitely a fragrance that you're going to have to douse yourself in. This is easily going to be the 8 to 10 spray fragrance, I can tell you without question. I can't quite tell what the longevity is. Let's just see what people are saying. So moderate longevity, moderate sillage. I can absolutely agree with that. And yeah, so I think I've described it well for you. Again, a full bottle of this won't run you more than about 15 or 20 bucks at discounters. Definitely only get it at a discounter. I'm not sure how accessible Modern is in your local discount retailers, but I definitely always see the little 30 mLs in there. They pop in and out. They're not super popular. Banana Republic's an interesting house because the discounters always seem to only have 2 or 3. You know, I lucked out a few times and got 2 or 3 that I really liked, but typically they only have 2 or 3 in there. And there's usually a variation between big bottles and 30 ml kind of testers. So I actually prefer these because you can try a fragrance for like $10, see if you like it, then upgrade to the 20 ml. It sucks that if you love the fragrance, like I like this, it's kind of got the fierce vibe to it. Um, you kind of are pissed that you spent the $10 because if you would have just spent an extra $10, you would have got 70 more ml. But I'd rather spend the 10 and then upgrade the 20 because at the end of the day, that's only $30 and that's cheaper than most fragrances you're going to find out in the world. Go heavy-handed with the sprays here. I think this is a fragrance that will suit warm weather best. In cold weather, it's so refreshing, light, and crisp, though. How can you be offensive with birch, watery notes, and grapefruit? Touch of floral, vetiver, wood. You just can't. It's such a light, crisp, airy scent. Go 8 to 10, no matter any season, any reason. This is an ageless fragrance. I think the older you get as a man, the more you will want to, you're going to want more. I think for an older man, 30 and up like myself, this is like a fresh out of the shower fragrance that could really rock well. Maybe you're being lazy and you're going to go run some errands. You want to have a nice little travel spray with you. You bring it with you. But I think for somebody that's a teenager to 30 years old, if you douse yourself in this, you're going to be a chick magnet. You know what I mean? Very easy to wear scent. It does have some sophistication to it. Nothing crazy. But I think for a Banana Republic fragrance, it's a hit. Not a 9 or 10 out of 10 hit, but a good addition to your collection. I think if you have Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce or any of the clones, it's going to be a bit redundant. But again, if it doesn't smell like an Abercrombie & Fitch store from the outside, meaning it's like more fresher, it could also smell like any kind of like luxury shopping center inside of the mall. If you go to like a Neiman Marcus or something, it might smell like Banana Republic's Modern. You know what I'm saying? Like just a touch of cologne on a super fresh, luxurious place. That type of vibe. We talked about price. We talked about longevity. We talked about use case. I think this is a super casual fragrance for the young people. Casual, everyday, everywhere, any season, any reason fragrance. It's nice. It's inoffensive. It's got some charm. Freshy with charm. For older men, it's a shower fragrance only, I think. I think that's everything, man. I'm not going to overtalk you to death. I'm fully fine ending the stream short. Since I feel like I've given you guys all the information that you need. Yeah, it's a good fragrance. Banana Republic's Modern Man. Try and get it in the 30 ml. I'm going to be honest. I think the fragrance is not so incredible that you get the 100 ml bottle for $20. Like that's still a smoking deal for a fragrance like this. But you're more happy if you find the 30 ml to just drop the $10. Have 30 ml is going to last you plenty. You're not going to be taking this and wearing it all day, every day, unless you're like 25 and below, you got less than 5 fragrances, you've still got a small collection, then you'd be rocking this every single day. But I think for somebody who's got some fragrances under their belt, you want the 30 ml because it's just going to be something you sprinkle into your repertoire every now and then to change up your fresh fragrances. Thank you for rocking with me in the scent bubble. Let me know if you have Banana Republic's Modern Man in your collection or if you don't. I know I can think of a few people that comment on my channel that probably don't have this. But thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Let me know your thoughts and engagements in the comment. And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys, listen, if you've been getting value from this channel and you're a subscriber, let people know what it is in the comments, man. If you're having a great experience here, let me know because I respond to every comment. I'm dropping videos every day. I'm dropping shorts. I'm dropping regular posts every other day. I'm trying to make the experience awesome. And I'm also dropping trickles in of my concept videos for fragrance, like Wheel of Fragrance, bringing innovative ideas to the game. So I'm trying to really make the subscriber experience incredible. I'm running this channel like it is a $100,000 or 100K sub stream. So I'm not playing around. I'm competing with the greats, but I'm doing it to improve the conversation of fragrance and to share my journey with you guys. This is the Scent Bubble. Thank you for rocking with me. Peace.